Hello and welcome to Dario's Comic School, and today we'll talk about Marc Silvestri and yeah, things he has done. And I'm sure everybody of you already knows Marc Silvestri, but I'm covering pretty much everyone that influenced me or was a big help in my life. And if I'm sounding strange, I'm sorry, I'm kind of ill. I caught a cold, and let me also clarify something. As you can see here, I was drawing something from the art of Sin City, and as you can see, it's kind of crude, but also trying to get a flow. And as you can see here, sketches, designs for a card game, a TCG. What has this to do with the comic school? So, I have to say, on your artistic journey, there is like probably no linear way. But the only constant you have is you, a healthy you, and then drawing consistently and getting better at the craft so that probably you can put out a comic or produce something, or you're happy with your art. And I have here 3 comics from Marc Silvestri from 3 eras here on the cover. It's David Finch, but inside it's Marc Silvestri from, I don't know what year this is. And then as you can see here, it's definitely also good artwork, but this is like in the middle. And then here we have some Wolverine artwork, which I already shared last time. And I have to say, I prefer this one and this one, or even like the old Wolverine art. And that is an important thing, because like as an artist, like I don't own much more Marc Silvestri comics than these 3. As you can see, I didn't catch the Silvestri fever, but maybe some of you are really into him, and then he is your guiding light. For me, my guiding light is more Frank Miller, John Romita Jr., Barry Windsor Smith, and probably some manga artists, but not so much. So I'm kind of not into the manga stuff, although I am, but I'm not drawn to it. As cheesy as that sounds. So before I start showing you some artwork, I wanted to tell you, wherever you go as an artist, pretty much it's your own journey. And before we start, I will tell you, it is handy to know the fundamentals, like constructing the figure. How does an arm look like? How does a hand look like? How do you draw lips, noses, faces, guys? How do muscles connect? Like here, the shoulder muscles. And how do you put the layouts underneath this? Like probably Silvestri, when he was layouting, he was roughing in like shoulders, biceps, the arms. You have to know kind of these muscles, how the hands look, and how people carry stuff. And I don't know if there's one approach. Probably there's one perfect approach. And I hope you'll find it and share it with me. But maybe there's also another approach, because like only doing theory, for example, like I have here, this is a guitar exercise, and it's a scale. And I go through every scale, and it's a finger exercise for these fingers and a picking exercise. But only the exercise would bore me, like it kills the love. So from time to time, you gotta play the music that you love and you like, and you gotta feel musically. So when you draw, you cannot just, I've seen a guy, and he talks about art and doing art, and I went to his Instagram, but I didn't see a lot of his art, or just older art. So it's okay to learn and then to put it into practice, to learn and to put it into practice, or to hone your skills, but then create something with those skills. Then look back at that piece and then say, okay, it's not all perfect. Let's improve. Let's do something better. And what Marc Silvestri did, I don't know, like when he started or what age he was. I know I watched some of his interviews, and I will link it down below. And it was really great. Like just even if I didn't look so much at his artwork, he really helped me to become the artist I am today, because I saw he was at a position where I wanted to be. So I checked out his stuff. I checked out his interviews, and he's a pretty tall guy, and he wasn't into basketball, so they called him wasted height. But he was into comics and he was into drawing, and so that is where he put his time and his effort. And he was also very encouraging to me as somebody who just was watching at his art and watching the YouTube documentary or something like that. And that gave me hope, and it gave me guidance, and it gave me a roadmap to kind of aspire. And I don't know really what he said. I just knew I was encouraged by him, by Greg Capullo. So it helps reading or watching and filtering out what they did. And let me show you, like this I already showed in the last video. And in my opinion, I think his run on the Wolverine is pretty epic. It's kind of simpler drawings, and I think this comic kind of forced him just to do stuff, because I think this is a monthly book or even bi-monthly book, so you're constantly drawing. And sorry to say, but like doing comics is really hard work, because like try drawing one picture, but now you're drawing one picture, two pictures, and look at this. Look at the details. Like this looks great. 3 pictures, 4 pictures, and this looks also great. 5 pictures, 6 pictures. I mean, he's kind of what do you say, like a cameraman and director. I mean, sure, he has the script or he has a Marvel plot, but he has to come up with all those things. And something that I think Marc Silvestri has, he has a deep love for art and for the medium of comics, because doing comics is hard, I think, because it is really a craft that needs so much talent. Like you need to be able to draw, you need an inker or be able to ink, to color, probably, maybe. And as you can see, like here, the drawings are kept kind of simple to push the story forward. And that's totally okay, because at the end of the day, a comic, it is a spectacle, it is a movie, it is something, it is a visual medium, so it must be or should be beautiful. I mean, look at this, like just the composition. Here we have the Torero, just the important beats, as you can see, and in the background, grayed out, and in the foreground, you see what's important. And it's a lot of stuff to do. And seeing Marc Silvestri draw this was amazing. Like I love this. I love his Wolverine. Then comes the Cyberforce, and I have to say, this looks pretty cool. But it kind of looks also a bit wonky, and I don't know. Would I buy this if I see this on the stands? Maybe, I don't know. And then we take a look, and he has made an artistic jump. Things look like a bit different, as you can see. From the older comics, I guess this was the Wolverine was late 80s, and this is early 90s. And probably artists look at other artists, what is selling, what can I do better, what can I do that is new, what can I do that is cool. And here he definitely changes, but stuff like this, like yeah, looks like Marc Silvestri already. And then as you can see, he's going for probably a bit more refined look. Very dramatic everything. Big panels, big splash pages. The robot looks like really good. I have to say I'm not the guy that appreciates something like this. I'm more into the Sin City style, but I do appreciate the effort and the beauty that are in these lines. And yeah, also the poses, like he's really trying to give his best. And what I kind of find beautiful, like here, this girl is trying to get away from this robot. And what's really beautiful is like she's hopping over this guy, beautiful pose, and beautiful shapes. That's also really important. And he knows his anatomy. He knows how long these things should be, how to twist and turn them. He draws a beautiful face. So there are a lot of wonky artists, but he's not one of them. Every weakness he had, I guess he attacked it and kind of solved the problem and said, okay, I don't want to look wonky. And then he does a great splash page. And this is like the Image area. This is Todd McFarlane and Spawn. This is Rob Liefeld. And I hope it's Youngbloods. And no, let me see. Yeah, it's Wild Youngbloods and Jim Lee and his Wildcats. And everything is made to look like the big movies. And everything is very dramatic, and this looks really great. So I think he's giving his A game, and some of the stuff looks like really great. I didn't read it. I just know that some of the stories like didn't really resonate that much with me, but the art still holds up. And I don't know if more males than females read comics, or if this like is the target audience is for males, but look at this. Like, this is just beautiful. I mean, stunning, gorgeous. This is what it is. Like, look at this. If I can get it like to focus. And to aspire doing things like this is a great feat. And back in the days, like, this was their job, to produce art and comics that sell, and people wanted to read it. Of course, today it's a bit more complicated, because like the medium of comics in the 90s probably, I wouldn't say wasn't unrivaled, but you had movies, you had this, you had games coming up. But now today, almost 20 to 30 years later, you have the internet, you have so much things you can do with your time, and buying and reading comics, I don't know if it is the hot thing to do. For me, still it is. Like, this holds up very, very good still. But I'm just saying, like, there's so much more to do and so much awesome stuff out there. So, and then it's also like convenience. Like, you're just reading this book and then you're putting it aside. For back in the days, it was great entertainment. People enjoyed this, and I don't know where the kids or the people today are, what they're doing. Probably gaming a bit more, or swiping, or doom scrolling. But yeah, this is definitely the better alternative to that. And as you can see from the Wolverine times, like, is very, very refined, like very beautiful. Look at this guy, like, beautifully. I don't know where he got it from, but it's definitely given it all to create a 90s movie. And not everything works for me, because like, as you can see, these two characters, like almost the same hair color, almost the same skin color. I don't know. Is she his little sister? Maybe. And then they got the coat, and like they look very similar on this page, just 4 panels, a big head. She grabs a bottle, and then she smashes it into his face. But yeah, she gets thrown around, and just beautiful stuff, like really beautifully. And very sexy. And I would say, like, lately I'm working marketing jobs to get the cash in, because it pays really good. I just have to write, and also some commissions and some paintings. And what do I want to say? Yeah, sex does sell. Sexy things do sell. And I don't want to be a hypocrite. Like, if I see something amazing or great drawings, or stuff like this, like it's easier to sell something that is really good or polished or has a high quality, or something that is cheap and just very, very good. Like, yeah, it depends. Like, if the quality is right, it's definitely easier to sell. It sells itself. And this is something like where it looks beautiful. Everything clicks. And great times here, and great action, great poses. Like, stuff like this is pretty memorable. Look at this. Great stuff. And a lot of screaming. And not everything has to be perfect, but now let me show you. Like, this is also very great. The quality of the stuff is just so great. Like, the artistry, and yeah, a great time, I guess. Like, maybe some of this will come back in a way. I didn't read Witchblade, but yeah. And then let me show you his latest stuff, just for wrapping it up. I just got a few pages here, and the paper is different. We have now issue 18, and very, very refined stuff. I think he returns also to Marvel later and draws. Does he draw X-Men 1602? I don't know. But yeah, the stuff gets very, very refined. Like, in his later stages, Marc Silvestri really, really shines and creates some very great artwork. I think he takes his time. He has mastered even more the fundamentals. Like, he just, I don't know if it's easy for him to do this, but he reaches another level. And that is also something, if you stick with it, and if you make it work, you will see it pay off, definitely. But it takes time. It takes the 10,000 hours to create something great. And yeah, just it can be very taxing. I am sure that drawing and making art is something that can be very, very hard, but it can be also very rewarding, because yeah, you're creating something original. But sure, you gotta also eat and make a living, and I think Marc Silvestri succeeded at that, and we will see us in the next video.